Hey everybody, Pastor Vern here for September 11th. It's Friday. Um, as we continue on with our talks about the books of the Bible, today we're going to continue with Paul's writings in his epistles. To this one, to the First Thessalonians, is what we call it. There's two books of Thessalonians, two letters. This one's a little different too than what we've seen in some of the other ones, is because Paul set up this church himself. The Thessalonia group that he founded took the teachings very much to heart. They took them to heart so much as that they maybe overthought them and got worried. We Jesus starts talking, or not Jesus, but Paul starts talking about the second advent here. The second advent is the second coming of Christ. And he talks about it he has talked to that church about that in a very extensive fashion. And some of those who had already passed, their loved ones, those that were part of their church, are worried that they don't get to take part in the second coming of Christ. And so Paul has to address that in this letter. He talks about, not in this term, but he talks about what we commonly call the rapture, the time of the return of Christ, and those things that are going to happen in that time period. And they're concerned about their loved ones that already passed, and Paul puts that to rest with that at the rapture, that those who have died in Christ are also going to rise up. They're going to be a part of, all the saints are going to share in that time period. The rising up of those who have already gone beyond us, or before us into eternity. That is all going to be, one of the first things it says is that the graves will empty, and those who have died in Christ will rise up. And so we got he kind of covers that, and he continues with probably a process that would preempt this nervous thinking, this worry that if this doesn't happen soon, if Christ doesn't return soon, what happens to people? And so he gives this he gives some more doctrine here that I think in a lot of ways it's a reminder for the people of the Thessalonians to a reminder of what Paul's already taught, and they have overthought and they've gotten past. And you can break this one down into kind of the five S's. The five S's. Return in salvation, return in service, return in stability, return in separation, and return in sanctification. If I was, needing to read something to settle my heart during these difficult times, I'd probably be looking about, if you look into the fifth chapter of First Thessalonians, it talks about sanctification. It kind of gives us a feel for that. It also gives us a confidence that if we are those who have sanctified our life towards Christ, that we've tried to make ourselves righteous in His eyes, is that our concerns about end days, the concerns about the rapture, the concerns about the second coming, the second advent of Christ, are things that we can lay aside as part of our worries, and to know that this is something that will be a part of the process in which those with righteous hearts are going to be okay. Like I say, especially if you're in a place where you're wondering about where you fall, take a look at both the first and the fifth chapters, because that talks about salvation and talks about sanctification. I think it will give your heart some comfort. All right. Take good care of yourselves. Watch out for others. Do the best you can in these days, and stay safe. We'll see you later.